Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me again this week. I'm glad to get these a little bit more regularly, and I hope to continue doing that in a nice regular basis going forward. But things do happen sometimes, so sometimes it's hard to get to it. But I'm going to spend a very brief moment just going through everything, and then I'd like to spend some time. I don't know. You might call it a soapbox, just having a little bit of a chat with you guys because of some things I'm seeing, both conversations in the Discord, both things I've seen in every project inside this space. And so my clickbaity reality check title for this is just to have a little bit of a frank conversation. And it is what it is. And the nice thing is the choices that we've given you and the way we've set this up, it gives everybody options to make choices for better or worse towards how they want to manage their portfolio. But at the same token, people I think need to realize when you have a passive way of earning, it's luckily we're earning more than you're going to earn in the retail markets. That's for sure, by far. So no matter what, we're still outpacing all of that stuff. But people do get concerned, especially when our price point is not necessarily half, but quite a bit lower than what people started at. That's a frustrating thing to see, but it's going to take us time to rebuild the TVL. And I don't think we're talking years, even possibly, depending on how the market goes. It might not even be half a year even. It all depends on the market. We cannot predict that, and it's how it gets managed, which I think the team is doing very well. So quickly, we're having a minor increase to price because the market has been rebounding a bit, but it doesn't mean it was rebounded for the whole week, right? So we weren't earning on these increases for the whole week. The liquidity farms have their challenges during some of these markets. Bots have their challenges, and the bots aren't pulling out money like every second, right? And that's the way DCA bot works. And I do want to spend some time on this, and I will in a moment. So I'll can that for just a second. But yeah, so we have some reasonable earnings. Obviously, our management fee, USDC earned, all that stuff as usual is put in here. We have everything else is kind of just working. The nice thing is, like I said, we had an increase this week. I hope if the market stays the same and grows a little bit, we'll have a much bigger impacting week the next week to follow, especially if we get some pumps in the market to help get those bots to take some funds. Also quickly just show you this and go through. So I earned, and I will update, my spreadsheet's been updated, and I will complete my transactions possibly off camera because I don't want this to run on too long. But $20 in earnings, which I've put in there, 2090. I'll be buying off the OTC, and this is part, I wasn't, before this went up here, actually, I wasn't even going to talk, like it wasn't even because of this that I went into this, but this large influx of an OTC with a very low price point definitely does bring me to some reasoning and tells me that my conversation that I had thought about having with you guys on here is even more pertinent because obviously there's some fear built up and people putting some large amounts on with much lower prices to make sure they get the buyers. Which is fine, and it sucks because but I get it, and there could be a bunch of different reasons for this. This could be someone who's a very large holder of ours, and they're just trying to get rid of some of their stuff now, just in case things keep going the way they're going and that stuff like that. There's a lot of different reasons for that, but just some things I want to illustrate about how it's being managed. Liquidity farming isn't always the best thing. Somebody mentioned today, they're like, well, why are we got so low amount in liquidity farming? Well, we're managing this like a business. And liquidity farming right now, because of the volatilities of things going up and down rapidly, that's not a good place to be because that creates impermanent loss when it's going too much in one or the other direction. So the bots right now kind of are one of the places we're doing. We have our IRL type stuff and a few things in there to help hedge our bets, but are slower to gain and stuff. The bots, they're DCA bots. So you got to keep in mind, although we don't necessarily start buying all the way down, and it's not just like throw money in fast, they're randomly they're DCAing as the price goes down. So although we've had a pump, we may need a bigger pump to really pull out of a lot of them. And I think we have like 200K potentially kind of in bots right now. When they take profit, it'll be a really nice big win, presumably, but they might not have hit that yet. Even with this BTC pump, they probably need a little bit more because there's some buys that happened maybe around this price point before it started its decline. So it's really hard to just carte blanche say this is why everything's the way it is. It will take time for that adjustment. And the good thing is we haven't been going down as fast as the market's been going down. And our increases hopefully will happen just as at the same rate or better, or even possibly a little bit less. Because you have to keep in mind to get from back up a step, it's going to take a little more work because we're working with less money in the short term. But as it compounds and as we get our momentum going, it should kind of realize itself really, really quickly. So the hope is that, yeah, the rebound will look slow at first when, like, some people seem to be almost thinking, hey, we got a positive week, we should, and because BTC did this and this did this, the whole thing should magically all of a sudden increase by this amount. No, it didn't decrease by the same amount as the markets change. It's not going to increase by the same amount the markets change. We're not just holding BTC, and if we were, we'd be even in a funnier situation, because how do you take profit on that? Do we take profit and then the price goes up even more, and now we've got a lower TVL because we sold it and didn't get to take advantage? Sorry about that. So we've just got to keep kind of a reality check and keep our expectations real. Otherwise, you end up creating really big fear when things don't do what you expect them to do. And that said, maybe we could be doing a better job in the Discord, and they are answering the questions, and Marcel's doing a great job, and Lazy Dog and all that stuff, of answering the whys and the hows and all that stuff, and hopefully making it clear to everybody. Hopefully even this video has made it a little bit clearer as to why we don't necessarily pump as quick as the market pumps. But at the same token, keep in mind, we didn't fall as quickly as the market fell. Again, during some of that stuff, if we were holding BTC, the whole thing would have gone down by 50% kind of thing at certain points, right? So yeah, so it's just about managing it. The nice thing is this is all being managed for you. You just get to sit back and relax and watch how it goes. But I get that still builds up fear, but just make sure you're asking probing questions and not just, why didn't it go up by this amount? Well, I'm not saying do your own research, but do some thought and analysis and do some digging as to why, or ask some questions about specifics and why we're tailing our risk this way, because we don't mind going into it. We're an open book, and the team will do so, and happy to do so. So I'm looking forward to those discussions. I think and I want you guys to hold the team accountable. We're not here just to fail you like every other project has done in this space. We want to be here for a while. Our earnings are affected by the fact that our price is not performing as well as we'd like. But yeah, I think people are getting impatient, and I get it. That's why some of this stuff is happening, and they want to see the price bump up a lot quicker and all that jazz, because they think they could be doing better by holding BTC right now as it pumps and stuff like that. And maybe you will, but overall, I think you're going to do quite well inside here, and you can't time the market any better than we can. So if you have it in BTC and don't pull it out fast enough, then you could end up losing some of your gains that you thought you would have had. Like, it's just so hard to compare apples to apples in this situation. So yeah, again, I'm not trying to negate anybody for putting this stuff up here. I totally understand why people need to do what they need to do, and there's so many varying reasons. But I just want to make sure everybody's cautious that to do that and to have regret afterwards by the market rebounding and us showing our true colors and what we can really do as the markets move with this, it's going to suck, unfortunately. So I pulled out last week, I think, $1 something out of this. So we're slow and steady here. Hopefully we get some more jumps next week when we get back from that. And other than that, that's about it. So I got to move. Actually, I think I have it's sitting in USDT, and if I want to buy off the market, I can't do so with USDT. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to move some stuff around. I don't need to bore you guys with that details. Basically, we're now up to borderlining. Another couple of weeks, we should be at 17% ROI, and so hopefully keep on moving that direction. And as I said, I might try and come in with a little larger chunk, in which case, if I'm able to, then the ROI will drop a bit, but because I'm buying at a lower price, when the things rebound, that'll ROI a lot faster too. So I definitely want to keep doing this because, as you can see, my average price keeps going down, which is really handy for me because I'm closing the gap on this, which I think is what's scaring a lot of people who maybe bought in all at once and didn't kind of DCA in as the market was still on a downturn, which again, I understand, but unfortunately, it's just unfortunate, the situation. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks so much, guys. Hopefully this added some value. Hopefully this discussion brings you some peace. Please do have discussions in the Discord. We'd love the community to get more involved and have some discussions. We're not shy of anything because we know what we're building here, and we know that it's got some legs and it will survive all of this kind of pain in the market. And when we do start having a bull run, I'm really looking forward to what we can do with what we've got here. And as we move back to more farming, as the things kind of level off a little bit and diversify ourselves with a different weighting, it's going to be neat to see. They've done a great job masking us from some of the pain by diversifying in other ways. And now it's going to be nice for us to go back and start maybe getting some bigger earnings from having that ability to earn more from farming and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, excited to see what we do in the next coming weeks. Hopefully we have a nice end to October, aka October, and can reap some of those benefits. Thanks so much again, guys. Hopefully, again, this added some value. If you do, please like and subscribe. And I'll be talking more about trading and stuff coming forward. I keep wanting to get into videos about that, but I'm just having so much fun doing it. It's hard to break free of that and try and do some quality videos to show you guys what I'm doing. So please do ask me in my Discord about that if you choose to. So thanks so much, guys. Have yourselves a wonderful day.